Welcome to This Explainer. Today we're tackling a massive headache for anyone living in a house with a bit of history. We are demystifying hydrojetting for older plumbing systems that are dealing with incredibly stubborn clogs. Let's just jump right into the elephant in the room, right? Will high-pressure water literally destroy your older pipes? It's the central anxiety every single homeowner feels when a plumber suggests blasting their fragile, aging infrastructure with intense streams of water. It sounds like a total recipe for a flooded basement. Okay, so let's get right into section 1, the high-pressure dilemma. To set a quick baseline here, hydrojetting is basically using intensely high-pressure water to blast away clogs and internal pipe buildup. And the source material highlights something really interesting. This method actually often outperforms your traditional mechanical snake. Why? Because it actually scours the pipe walls clean, rather than just, poking a hole through the gunk. But of course, we always come back to the ultimate question. Do your aged pipes actually have the structural strength to handle that incredible force? Think about it. Introducing this kind of intense pressure into a system that's just been quietly aging away for decades, well, it carries a very specific, unique risk. Which brings us to section 2, when hydrojetting is safe. Now, the good news here is that hydrojetting can be completely safe. The absolutely crucial point is identifying the right baseline conditions first. Generally speaking, it's perfectly safe if your pipes are made of durable materials, we're talking certain cast iron or some PVC, if they've been well maintained, and, most importantly, if there are absolutely zero signs of major structural failure. And honestly, if your system is a good candidate, the benefits are massive. Hydrojetting rips right through hardscale, stuck on grease, and stubborn mineral deposits that a regular mechanical snake would just glide right past. By thoroughly washing those interior walls, it massively reduces the chances of dealing with those incredibly frustrating recurring backups. It's kind of like a hard reset for your plumbing. But look, safety heavily depends on execution. An experienced pro is going to follow 3 exact steps. First, carefully regulate the water pressure. Second, pick the absolute right nozzle for the specific blockage. And third, and this is vital, folks, they avoid chasing hard damage. If they hit a spot that feels structurally compromised, they stop. They don't force water through a hidden failure. Now let's shift gears to section 3, red flags and hidden risks. So there's a really strict dividing line here between a successful pipe cleaning and, frankly, a total plumbing disaster. Durable materials like sturdy cast iron and intact PVC, they can usually handle the pressure just fine. But fragile connections, like older systems with deteriorated seals or failing fittings, they simply cannot survive the sheer mechanical stress of pressurized jetting forces. There's just no way. And there are some major red flags you need to watch out for that signal significant deterioration. If you've got extensive corrosion, collapsed pipe sections, or a history of recurring leaks, you have to stop right there. Severe internal scaling where the walls are thinning, known cracks or separated joints, all of these mean your plumbing system is entirely too weak for high pressure. Let's talk about the actual physics of what goes wrong when intense jetting forces meet that kind of pipe deterioration. The high-pressure water doesn't just clean, right? It actually acts as a wedge. It can actively enlarge existing weak spots. It can literally dislodge massive chunks of hard debris and wedge them into other, narrower areas, creating a much worse clog. Or, worst case scenario, it can instantly accelerate the complete failure of the pipe. This leads us to section 4, the crucial camera inspection. You really need to think of this next step as a non-negotiable medical-style diagnosis for your home's infrastructure. The source material makes one thing abundantly clear here. A one-size-fits-all jetting approach increases the chance of damage. Flying blind behind your walls just because you notice a slow sink is, hands down, the biggest risk you can take. So, a camera inspection becomes our definitive safety net. It tells the plumber exactly what they're dealing with. Is it just heavy grease buildup that can be safely washed away? Or are there severe structural problems in there, like intrusive roots or collapsed walls, that strictly require gentler alternative clearing methods? You have to know before you blast. All right, finally, section 5, questions for your plumber. Now that we really understand the risks, you need the tools to take control. If a contractor suggests hydrojetting, you need to walk them through this exact list. Number 1, can you inspect the line with a camera first? Number 2, what pipe material and condition are you seeing? 3, what specific pressure level and nozzle are you going to use? 4. How will you handle any signs of leaks? And 5. Are there safer alternatives if my pipe turns out to be too weak? Asking these ensures the procedure is highly tailored to your home, not just a lazy default fix. So, what's the grand takeaway from our source material today? You can absolutely capture the incredible cleaning benefits of hydrojetting without taking on undue risk. But, and it's a big but, it requires inspection-based planning, professional assessment, and deliberately choosing conservative settings to protect any potentially compromised lines. I want to leave you with this final thought to really chew on. Before you clear that next clog, do you actually know what's really hiding inside your pipes? Next time your sink backs up, don't just ask for the fastest fix. Ask for the camera. Protect your home and make sure you're treating the actual problem, not just blasting away in the dark. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep asking those smart questions.